I started a mobile detailing business and I made money in my first 30 days. It didn't require a huge startup with a bunch of capital for my equipment. I don't have a truck, I don't have a trailer, and I don't spend hours and hours and hours at every job. In reality, I figured out that every single customer only wants 4 things, and I'm going to give a bonus 5th one at the end of this video, but this is going to be allowing you to make customers happy, make as much money as possible, get tipped every time, and do jobs fast. Starting off at number 1, and I want to clarify, these things are going to be based mostly on mobile detailing businesses, but it's all universal. Whenever you start a service business, there's going to be a select few or couple of things that every customer is going to be looking for, and this is how you satisfy your customers. This is how you run a service business that doesn't require all of your time, all of your money, and actually and finally allowing you to break out of that cycle that 99% of these guys are stuck in, and that's why they start these service businesses and they drop off like flies. Starting off at number 1 is going to be one of the most important pieces, and if you're a mobile detailer, you know that you're going to always start on the interior of the vehicle, or at least I do. So the steering wheel is the first piece that I'm always going to start on. Whenever you finish a mobile detailing job, the customer is going to walk around the vehicle, but not only are they going to do that, they're going to start by getting into the car. First thing they look at, they're going to put their hands on the steering wheel and they're going to look it up, down, they're going to look at the speedometer, they're going to look at the dashboard. These are the things that need to be the cleanest. Trust me when I say it, this is thousands of customers down the line. I have already seen them all do the steering wheel test, even though maybe the outside looks way better than the inside, even though you brought it from trash to cash. The customer's first test is going to be that steering wheel. They're going to look at it, they're going to put their hands on it, and they're going to try to find all the details that maybe you missed. As long as you're hitting those, you set off to the perfect start. Now the customer is more likely to tip you, more likely to pay you well, more likely to bring you back out, and more likely to be satisfied with the rest of the vehicle if the first thing they look at is perfect to them. This might involve you taking your vacuum to it, using multiple different tips, maybe even a bristle brush tip, also using detail brushes, using water, using soap, anything that it really takes. Get into those nooks and crannies. Coming in at number 2 is going to be making sure that the customer's vehicle is 100% vacuumed. This is the equivalent of a makeover. Your customer needs to be able to feel that the atmosphere is 100% cleaner, less dust, less stuff underneath their seats. They're going to be able to feel this when they get into the vehicle. I'm talking no stone unturned, no detail forgotten about. You want to be taking different tips of your vacuum to where you can get in the side of the seats, underneath the seats, in the tracks of the seats. Want to get behind the pedals, once again the dashboard, underneath the back seats, inside of the trunk. And that's one of the craziest parts about it. If I had a customer with a really bad interior part of their vehicle, the second I go through and vacuum out the entire vehicle, even if I didn't do the surfaces yet, spray the water, do the detail brushes, put some soap on everything, get that shine back to it, it doesn't matter. Just by freaking vacuuming in it, you have done about 75% of your job. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't go through and really have a lot more detail with all of the other things, but I'm telling you that this is something that you should be massively focusing on, making sure that your vacuum is really good, making sure that you spend the most time on something like that. Coming in at number 3, something that I have had the most comments about when it comes to these mobile detailing customers after the fact, even before the job: do not let your windows be scuffed. I'm talking about the windows and the mirrors on the insides, on the outsides, your mirrors that is in front of the driver's side. You want to make sure, even the back door, like you want to make sure around the entirety of the vehicle that all of your mirrors, all of your windows are scuff free, they're clean, and they're shiny. And I'm not just saying this from personal experience or my own personal opinion. This is from hundreds, thousands of customers that have, even after the fact of a job, been like, hey man, do you mind if you could go back over the front of my windshield, the back of my windshield? Or even people talking about, hey, this is incredible, like I tipped you, blah blah blah, just because of the fact that this looks so good. I mean, at a certain point, this is just psychology of your customers and what people actually consider a vehicle to be clean because of. These are the telltale signs. And this last one is honestly another signature move that I have, kind of like my trash can cleaning with my Fabuloso finisher. After the entirety of the vehicle is done, I pull my vacuum back out and I like to rehash or repeat or go back over all of the customer surfaces with a bristle brush tip. You're gonna have a lot of dust that's flying around. Might be a windy day, you might have stuff in the vehicle that is gonna be on the surfaces, or even from your guy that's going through with the detail brushes and the soap and the water and the microfiber towels, you're gonna have little bits of residue that are left over, and going back over and hitting it with a bristle brush tip just cleans everything up and it puts the cherry on top. And the benefit of it is some of these tips are even gonna allow you to get out a lot of dog hair that's kind of stubborn, stuck on a lot of surfaces. Also, like going into the buttons, like if the window up button, the window down button, or even the cup holder, stuff like that, you're able to get that bristle in there and honestly kind of scratch stuff off, versus really just having to use that long tip that kind of allows you to have a good reach inside of the vehicle. But something like this is able to really pull stuff out. And I did say that I was going to give you guys a bonus one. Unfortunately, within this video, this is only going to be the interior pieces that I believe and I have heard from customers are the most important and the largest telltale signs that they actually got their full money's worth out of the job. You actually completed the stuff that they wanted you to. Now, if we're going to talk about a little exterior piece, I'm going to tell you that you should be looking for the rims or even the door jambs. I would say that rims are more of a visual piece. This is something that's going to accrue all kinds of dust and brake dust, stuff like that, that you could wash off. I would say that most likely on the exterior of a vehicle, I do not have the biggest demand for all kinds of like stuff that I can put on the vehicle, waxing it, all of that stuff that makes it super shiny. I would say more often than not, I just get customers that want it to look clean and have a simple wash. And if you hit those rims a couple times over with soap and a brush, you got it. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, click the link down below to join my school community. I have 6+ full-length courses in there describing to you every single possible angle of how to start a can cleaning business, mobile detailing business, my entire Facebook strategy that I've landed tens of thousands of dollars with zero ad spend. Also an entire course on how to traverse the financial markets from somebody who makes thousands of dollars a month inside the markets. And a course on how I talk to customers and sell them personally with my actual messages and my before and after pictures that I use to land them. Once again, click the link down below and join my school community today. And join something where there's a ton of other like-minded individuals trying to do the same exact thing as you that you can talk to and message daily.